Natalie, I want to talk to you a little bit about this because you and we talked about it during the break, actually. There have been so many fights, if you will, or tense moments between Don West and this judge, Judge Nelson. How do you think this is playing out with the jurors? And you had an interesting perspective on this.
Yeah, I think that I understand Don West's position because I've done criminal defense law, and I know when you're representing someone, you become very passionate about it. But I think what he has to worry about is that you have a jury full of women, and they're watching the way he has treated this judge and the attitude that he's given this judge. So I think he needs to watch that aspect just from the legal perspective of the jury, and if they think that he's been disrespectful to the judge. This is her courtroom, and this is her domain.
Does it seem like an element of sexism? I mean, if you have these 6 women who are on the jurors and they're looking at this exchange, this dynamic between these two?
It could, yes, and that's why he has to worry. I mean, there's a difference to some people, and I think lay people don't understand the difference between being a passionate advocate and just being plain rude.
Mark, weigh in, if you will, because I know the jurors were not actually in the courtroom today when some of those exchanges happened, but certainly there have been some tense moments between Don West and this judge.
Yeah, and as Natalie says, and look, Natalie's a crackerjack, excellent attorney. The family is well served by having Natalie on their team from the start. And her observations are astute. They're right on. The thing, though, is that most of this has all taken place outside the presence of the jury. Don West enjoys really a tremendous reputation here in Central Florida. But the reality of it is you can tell that this judge and Don West, they have issues with each other. That's just palpable. But the presence in front of the jury, particularly after the first few days, you've seen Mark O'Mara really take over all of the type of witnesses where you're wanting to make an impact. You're wanting to show a nice guy. You're wanting to be personable. And I think they've succeeded with that. I think that if they had kept Don West on because of the antagonism between him and the judge, it could have gone exactly along the path that you all are talking about. But I think that they caught themselves. They reversed the direction they were going. And I think that you've seen the charm that Mark O'Mara has been pretty much exuding with the jury. He's been very much of a gentleman, kept it soft, kept it very, very even-keeled without a lot of drama and a lot of theatrics. And I think that probably plays well, particularly in a case like this where you have the death of a 17-year-old teenager.
All right.